Google Tag Manager has been around for years, and so has Google Tag Manager for WordPress plugin. It is super popular. It's now used on more than 700,000 websites. But is it still the best option for you? Is it still the best for every single use case? This is something that I'm going to find out in this series of videos. I've also prepared a document, an article comparing all the tools that I'm going to tell you about in this series. So if you can't wait for me to finish this series, just take a look at the link in the description of this video to have all the information that you need. So I'm going to start with GTM4WP because we need to set a baseline here, a benchmark against which we are going to compare all the other tools. So without further ado, let's start. So let's start with the user interface. All the settings are nicely laid out. However, for me personally, there are just too many of them, and some of them are not really that useful. The documentation can be found on GTM4WP website. However, what I found confusing is that there is no specific documentation page, but rather these separate pages. GTM4WP not only lets you install your GTM container to your website, but also push to the data layer a whole bunch of information. You can track post information, search information, visitor, browser, etc. You can track some events. Scroll tracking event, for example, is much more robust than what GTM gives you. So it's a nice addition. Most importantly, however, for me and for many users, will be integration with WooCommerce and content management platforms. WooCommerce lets you, WooCommerce settings let you choose how you want to track WooCommerce events, what data to push, like for example, whether you want to exclude tax from revenue information, whether you want to use stock keeping units instead of IDs, things like that. So it's really nice. And also when it comes to content management tools, you have Google Consent Mode option here, which lets you choose which or how consent mode will be integrated and will work with those content management platforms. So that's really nice. And for more advanced GTM users, we have server-side settings. So you can also use server-side GTM, but this is something that only pro GTM users will be interested in because setting it up is really tricky. And now let's get to the tests. As you can see here, I have Google Tag Assistant running on my test website with GTM4WP installed. And let's take a look at what information is available in the data layer that is pushed by the plugin. So here we have our home page, and here's the message with some extra info that it can be found in the data layer. So we have such information as visitor login, stay visitor information, page post data. We have information on the device. We have e-commerce information that is not filled in yet because I haven't bought anything at this moment. So, but hopefully we'll see it all filled in a moment. So now let's go to the store and see what information we have there. Okay. So we have a view item list fired, and it was fired twice because most probably there are simply too many products here. So we, on this list, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 products. And here on this list we have, well, yes, we have more. So here we have probably the rest of these products. Yes, a few left. Okay, which is good. Now let's add to cart this cap, and we have add to cart fired with the necessary information, which is good. Now let's take a look at the variable product, if it also works correctly. Let's add to the cart. Okay, this product, and add to basket. And here we should have a a blue hoodie with a logo. So we have Woo Hoodie blue logo, which is good. Now, next step is testing a variable product or a group product, sorry. And I have one group product here, logo collection. And let's add to beanies, add to basket. Whoops. And now we have first problem here because this middle product t-shirt has quantity 0, so it wasn't added to the cart. However, GTM4WP reported that it has, which is a bug, and hopefully in one of the future versions it will be fixed. Now let's take a look at our cart and how it works, the mini cart. Now, oh, maybe no, I will try to take some actions here on these elements. Let's try to remove this product. Okay, it was removed. We removed a cap. Good. Right, now let's try to remove a product with this button here. And unfortunately it did not work. Let's go to checkout and okay, so we have checkout event here, which is good. And let's place an order and see what information we have there. Okay, and here we have purchase info, and this purchase info is very nice because it contains data that you can use in Google Analytics or Metapixel advanced order tracking or conversion tracking. So this is all information about like personal user data of your clients that some tracking tools use in order to match conversions with the users of specific ad platforms. So like, for example, Google Ads, Google AdSense, or Metapixel. And this sums up our tests, and let's go to the final verdict. So, is Google Tag Manager for WordPress a solid product? Yes, it is. It has an unbeatable price of $0, which is always a good thing. Plus, it's full of features. Its user interface may not be perfect, but it's actually pretty close. Documentation is good, however there are some specific things missing that you need to go and look for in Google, for example, or in their blog. Some features in the plugin are more aimed at advanced or very advanced developers and marketers, so it's not for everyone but for most users. But would they be happier with using other plugins? It is possible that yes, because there are some really nice alternatives that have shown up over the years that are also free that I'm going to review in the next videos in this series. But if you can't wait and if you want to see what these tools are and what my final verdict is, simply go to the link in the description of this video, which will lead to an article that I wrote on my website with information on all the tools that I will be reviewing in the future on this YouTube channel. Thank you.